Hi guys, and welcome to another Skyrim mod feature episode 32. First up in this video we have the Peltapalooza mod, which is from the great mod author Gamwich, who has some very nice texture overhaul mods on the Skyrim Nexus. Peltapalooza is an expansion of Pelts of Skyrim and expands the default number of 3 Pelts in Skyrim to 9. There's also a light option available in the download section which will expand it only to 6. The texture size for the Pelts on the walls and beds is 1024 by 2048 and the ones on the floors are a full 2K resolution 2048 by 2048. These pelts really do go very nicely in hand with Amelica's wildlife expansion, as you'll find some of the pelts are leopard skin in origin, and they really are of a nice high resolution texture and are a vast improvement on the vanilla pelts. They also make the inns and houses that they're applied to a much more varied location and just really do decorate the place nicely. If you like the look of this mod, I would definitely recommend checking out Gamwich's other mods. There are some very nice texture overhauls in there. And you can see from the mod author's page for Peltpalooza that a lot of work and testing has gone into this mod to make it accessible for quite a few people. The integration of a light version makes it more accessible for people with a low-end setup. And there's just a lot of consideration for different individual PC setups, making sure you can get the best out of Skyrim that you can. Next we have another Alduin retexture from ProtologolusX, and this one is called Oilless, and I believe the idea behind the mod is to give Alduin more of an oily sort of texture overhaul, and it's a really quite an interesting take on Alduin and is still a vast improvement in my opinion over the vanilla selection. If you're a big fan of Protologulus's previous Alduin retexture, which added this nice red crackling effect to Alduin and also a nice flame effect inside the mouth, then I would definitely recommend checking this one out. And you'll see from these scenes we have vanilla first and foremost, followed by the oiliest version of Alduin, and then we'll find that I've applied on top of the oil version the original mod from ProtologolusX. So you can have both versions on, and what will happen is you'll get these nice oily looking scales with that nice fire effect coming through, and it's really quite a nice effect and may be what you're looking for from Alduin. So if you like the look of this mod, please do check it out on the mod author's page. ProtologolusX has some really nice texture overalls out there, especially ones for tree bark. They're really quite nice, and I also recommend the ones for the wooden longbow and also the crossbows. They're really quite well done and they're definitely worth checking out for yourself. Next up we have another texture mod, and these are for ores and ingots. They're both by the same mod author, so I thought I'd include them in the same section, and they're really a nice improvement on the vanilla textures and some of the other HD textures that are available for ores and ingots. I was hoping to bring you some before and after shots of the new textures versus vanilla, but I couldn't quite get the ingots and ores to stay in one location when loading the game back up, and they used to just fly around. I couldn't quite make them static. So these are all the retexture scenes, and as you can see they are a vast improvement over the vanilla textures. This iron ore is my favourite. It's really well done. There's some very nice other elements in that metal, and there really are some very nice retextures here, and it's definitely worth checking out for yourself. You will notice in the vanilla game that the ore textures and ingot textures have really been left at their lowest form. They're not very good, and this is a vast improvement and it's definitely worth checking out. So have you ever been fighting a Draugr and thought, what the hell is this undead creature trying to communicate to me? To me it just sounds like a load of mumbled words, a load of gobbledygook, and I can't really understand what the thing is saying. I don't know if it's trying to taunt me, offend my parents, or anyone that I know. It's just a load of rubbish. Even if I turn the subtitles on, I literally can't even read what the Draugr is saying. Luckily, there is a mod out there that can improve this and just make this a little more interesting for us. And this mod is called Understandable Draugrs, and what it will do is add a nice little translation line to the subtitles, so you will need those on in the display menu, and we'll be able to see exactly what the Draugr is saying, whether they're trying to taunt us, offend our mothers, or simply have run out of things to say logically and just really need to be put down. Last but not least, we have the Facial Expression Project, otherwise known as F.E.P. Now what this mod does is allow you to apply expressions to your character, as you can see here, by using a ring and then a menu called the face menu. You will also need the Mfg Console for this. Both of the mods are very easily installed using Mod Manager or Nexus Mod Manager. If you use Mod Manager, remember to use the manual installation and select the relative data folder. So the ring is added to apparel, and all you'll need to do is equip it from that menu, and then it will open up the face menu where you can apply the expressions from. And we'll take a look at this now in game. So if you open up your inventory and go to apparel, you'll find the ZZ expression ring. To use the ring, you'll simply need to equip it. You can also favourite the ring and equip it via the favourites menu, which is quite a faster form of equipping. Or you can use a mod like More Hotkeys Please to apply the ring to a hotkey, and that will be even quicker. And I do suggest that method if you are using the ring for snapshots, as getting into the menu will be very quick and easy to use. So I'm just going to equip the ring and come back out, and we'll be met by the face menu. And it tells us to select an emotion and that the facial expression strength is set to 100%. I'm going to leave it at 100% for this video so you can really see the expressions on the character, but I can change that percentage by using the power functions here. If I click minus, it would go down by 10%, and if I click the plus, it will go back up by 10%. So the delimiter is always 10%, you can't have 5% and so on and so forth, it will always be 10. So these first four here are several options for expressions. We have PLE, which stands for pleasure, then we have pain, happy, and sad, and those abbreviations are explained in the menu at the front. You can see there pleasure, pain, happy, and sad. And if I go into more, we have a couple more. We have shy, anger, and aggro. And then we have a merged section which will apply already merged expressions for us, so things like shy mixed with anger, things like that. And then we have vanilla expressions. And if you just go back a section and go to the options, we can toggle stacking. Now what this will allow us to do is apply some expressions on top of each other, so we can get those merged expressions which have already been applied for us and just create our own style of expression. So I'm just going to apply some of the simple ones here. Let's go into pleasure and apply pleasure 8. And there's pleasure 8 on my character. Quite an interesting expression. Probably not the best to have just while walking around Skyrim, but you can see how much 100% of an expression looks like. And if I go back in and equip the ring again, go to sad maybe, and we'll try sad 6, and there's sad 6. And my character is very forlorn now and just doesn't look happy with life. He's very, very sad. And again, back into the menu. See how quick this is using the controller as well. It's very fast, and if you're using the keyboard, still be very fast. And we can go to, let's go to more this time, go to angry, and select anger 4. And there we go, there's anger 4 on the character. Very, very cool. And now I'm just going to try one or two of those merged expressions out. So if we go into more, go to merged, and we have an explanation of what these merged expressions are here. So ME1 or merged 1 is winking. We have wink 2, awkward, disgust right, disgust left, disgust center, praying asleep / dead, or seductive-ish. So I'm going to try seductive-ish because it sounds the most amusing to me out of those selections, especially for a male character. And there we go. And it probably is the most amusing expression out of those selections for my character. And if I just go back again, try one more out this time from the merged. I'm going to try awkward. Yeah, that is very awkward. There's a nice rising brow there on the right of my character, and it's really quite nice. So that is the expressions mod. I definitely recommend trying it out for yourself. It's really quite cool, especially if you take a lot of screenshots in Skyrim. It's a must-have for the game, and it's really quite an effective manipulation of the character's face. It's really quite an achievement, really. Again, you will need the additional mod to use this, and a link will be provided that in the description below. Let's just have a look at ME5 as well. Discussed to the left. Yeah, it's very nice. Very good expression for catching flies, that. Very good. So that brings me to the end of another Skyrim mod feature. If you've liked any of the mods that I've shown in this video, please do check them out on the mod authors page, and remember to endorse if you use them. Also, if you like this video, please do rate, comment and subscribe. I'm open to any questions that you might have. Remember that you may find the answer more clearly and more succinctly on the mod authors page, and I'm also open to mod suggestions to cover in the future. And lastly, thanks for watching guys, and as always, I'll see you next time.